YouTube? Welcome to another episode of Ahead of the Game Podcast. We got a bad one for you guys today. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, make sure you comment. Love talking to you guys. Best season of the year. We got to talk about Raiders Chargers. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm a Raider fan, but this is gonna be me just being a football fan. This is gonna not me being the fan. This is me being a football fan. Let's start off with the Chargers. Offensively, if the Chargers get this Justin Herbert, they're gonna be a Super Bowl contender. And he's really playing like a really good MVP quarterback candidate. And they're putting the ball in his hands a lot more. Greg Roman, they have, usually he likes to run the ball, but this year he's putting the ball in his hand. And offensively, everything looks easy. The reads look easy. He knows when you're about to blitz him now. He knows where to get guys lined up, and he's leading that offense, and it looks extremely easy. Even going back to the Chiefs, it looks easy. This Justin Herbert is making the offense look easy. And they don't even run the ball as much as I thought they would. They took Omarion Hampton in the first round of the draft. They got Najee Harris, and they don't really run the ball. They put the ball in Justin Herbert's hand and tells them, lead us. And it looks extremely easy. Offensive line, they move people. They move people out the way, and they give him protection. And one thing that I did notice in this game, we couldn't get a lick of pressure on the quarterback. I thought with them not having Rashawn Slater that, Pipkins was going to be the guy to target, but they chipped. They put people in protection to help him out, and we got 2 sacks, but it wasn't in the pocket sacks. It was Justin Herbert trying to make a play with his feet and just getting down and not trying to take, a bigger sack or a larger loss of yards. Offensively, like I said, they're putting the ball in Justin Herbert's hand a lot more than they did, and they're saying, lead us to the win, make the read, and he's doing a hell of a job. No turnovers, using his legs more. Lad McConkey gets on my nerves because it's like Wes Welker. He can't be guarded. Keenan Allen was a hell of an addition to this team, and Quentin Johnson, he looks like a first round guy. Big, fast, and he's catching the ball. And I believe confidence is, like I always tell you guys, confidence is key with these players, man. When your coach believes in you, your team believes in you, your quarterback believes in you, it gives you the confidence out there to be a hell of a player. And Quentin Johnson, he's proven to everybody why he was taken in the first round. He's a hell of a player, hell of a talent, big, fast, and can go and get the ball. Defensively for the Chargers, whatever they're doing needs to be studied, because there's no way they keep having 2 safeties up and stopping the run at the same time. And that was the big difference in this game. There's no way they're running complete zone coverage, and it's zone coverage and everything is covered. I don't know if it's because Chip Kelly was getting outcoached by Jesse Minter. I believe that's his name. But every time they tried to go back and pass the ball, everything was covered. Then when they tried to run the ball, you have 2 safeties. Usually when you have 2 safeties back there, that's an easier box to run in, and they were stopping the run. I believe Khalil Mack is going to be a big loss because he plays the run and plays the pass. He's a game wrecker. I believe that injury is probably going to sideline him. I don't know if for the season or for a couple of weeks, but defensively, I believe they have everything you need. Henley is a star linebacker in the making. You got Derwin James, and you got a lot of young guys on your back and coverage on your backside. But I believe the way that they play the defense, it works. They run zone. They don't play a lot of heavy man. They don't heavy blitz. They don't put their guys in a ton of one-on-one opportunities. And I believe defensively, they play so safe and so well that it's hard to move the ball because it's zone coverage. Everybody's back. It's zone eyes. Everybody has their eyes on the quarterback. And you've seen it today, Gino, through 3 picks. And again, I think the Chargers are going to be, I don't know, it's only week 2. I'm not going to say a Super Bowl contender, but they're getting there. if they continue to play like this, because it is a long year, it is a long season, and I don't believe you playing this type of defense is gonna work every game. And I don't believe that. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it. Justin Herbert, I don't believe. Can he play like this over a whole entirety of a season? It is only week 2, but I have to give credit when it's due. Justin Herbert is playing two hell of a games right now against the Chiefs and the Raiders, and he's leading that offense, and he looks like the guy that everybody thought he would be. All right, talk about my Raiders. Oh man, let's talk about my Raiders. Offensively, everything looks hard. I think Chip Kelly is doing Ashton Jeanty a disservice. Okay, let me talk about this. You drafted this man 6 overall. I get you want him to last 17 games. But you cannot keep doing this. You cannot keep having him have 10 carries and not really getting him involved in the offense. I get that you want him to last the whole season and you don't want to overuse him, but I don't think you have to have him a goddamn receiving running back. Give him the ball. Get him going. And you can't keep putting the ball in Geno Smith's hands and say, go and lead us to a win. He's never been that type of quarterback, even in Seattle. He's always had a running game. He's always been able to run the ball and play action and get the ball to his guys. You cannot keep saying, Geno Smith, line up in shotgun, make a read, and go win us a game. It's not him. I'm sorry, that's not him. It's never been him. He's always had a good running game. And you draft Ashton Jeanty 6 overall, and you're not using him. They are doing him a disservice. And I believe that they're doing him a disservice, and I believe that they're stunning the growth of Jackson Powers-Johnson. Even though he didn't play tonight, there's no way he shouldn't be the starting center. There's no way he should not be a starting center for us. And they're stunning his growth trying to put him at guard. There's no way that should be happening. Offensively, everything looks hard. Everything looks discombobulated. And I get that the Chargers are a good team, but there's no way that they have 2 safeties back and you can't run the ball on an 8-man box, 7-man box. And again, I don't know if it's Chip Kelly just getting outcoached or what it is, but there's no way that should happen. Defensively, I think the Raiders are a hell of a defensive team. You held them to 20 points when it could have been a blowout. Geno Smith throws a pick on the first play, you hold them to 3. They get down to the goal line, you hold them to 3 again. Again, you're not going to keep these offenses, this is not, like the old NFL where you can hold these offenses to 10 points. You're not going to do that over a fourth quarter. Quarterbacks are too good. So to hold a team to 20 points is a win. And the Raiders defensively did that. Again, I believe we need to get more pressure when we're rushing 4, but when they're chipping people and putting extra people in there, it's hard to get pressure rushing 4. But I think this was an offensively bad game. Geno Smith played terrible. But I'm not blaming anybody, but I think it's Chip Kelly telling him to, line up in shotgun and make a read. He's never been that type of guy. He's been a play action guy, and he needs a running game. And again, they're doing Ashton Jeanty a disservice because he's drafted high for a reason. I get you want him to last the whole season. I get that you don't want to overuse him, but you're not using him at all. I think now I know it's only week 2. I'm not even mad about the game because this Raider team, they fight. It could have been a blowout. It could have been a 30-6 game, but they fought. So I'm not really mad. It's just watching this game, you don't run the ball. You ran the ball, I think, 12 times, and you're giving the ball to a guy. Geno Smith is a hell of a quarterback. He's revived his career. You're giving him saying line up in shotgun and make a read. He's never been that type of quarterback, Chip. He's been a play action heavy guy. He needs a running game. He plays better when he can play action and get out the pocket. And we need to get our best offensive line on the field. I don't care who it is, but we need to get the best guys on the field. I don't have a lot to say about the defense because the defense is hard to keep holding a good team to 3 and making them 3 and out and punt. You give up, 2 big plays for touchdowns, but again, you're not going to keep these good quarterbacks held so long. You held them to 20 points. So defensively, I think they're fine. They just need more pressure from, the front four or the front seven, which again, Justin Herbert is fucking leading that team crazy good right now. He knows when they're blitzing, he knows when they're not, and it's not easy to hold a guy to 20 points, which they did. Offensively, they need to get Ashton Genty involved. Brock Bowers is limited right now, so it should have been the Ashton Genty show. If one of your top guys is limited, wearing a knee brace probably for the first time in his career, you need to get your other guys involved. And everything looked hard. He got outcoached. Again, second week of the season, we're 1-1. I can't really be mad. But again, it's this thing where it's a big game and we don't show up. And I know we have all these different guys and we're not really connected yet, which, it's a long season. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. And I'm not really too upset. This is the football fan in me. Chargers played a hell of a game. And if our defense plays like that, we're going to win a lot more games than people think. Because if you hold the Chargers to 20 points when they could have had 30 plus, it just says a lot about the defense. But my big takeaways are the Chargers if Justin Herbert plays this way, they're going to be a Super Bowl contender. If he plays these clean games, they're going to be a real good contender. And the defense, if they can continue to play like this, playing that high zone coverage and playing that high zone blitz, and Derwin James being a hell of a player that he is, they're going to be a tough out for any team. I really can't wait to see the Broncos and the Chargers. That's a game I really can't wait to see. But for the Raiders, they need to get Ashton Genty involved. They need to stop babying this dude and get him involved. Give him a 20 to 25 plus carry game. That's what he needs. And again, I think it's because they don't have the best offensive line out there that they can possibly have. But yeah, that's my big takeaway from the Raiders. Offensively, they need to do better. Defensively, they're fine. I think Jamal Adams and Devin White and all those guys, they play a hell of a game. Again, they give up some big plays, but again, you're not gonna keep these offenses down for a long time. So, offensively, Chip Kelly got outcoached all 4 quarters, and it is what it is. I'm not mad. I could be mad, but it's the second week of the season. Played a hell of a game. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. Somebody has to win. Somebody has to lose. So, yeah, this was the episode that I really didn't want to do, but appreciate you guys for listening, tuning in. Like, subscribe, make sure those notifications on. Appreciate you guys. On the next one.